Alright, so in this section we will talk about very simple and beginner friendly text editor in Linux, which is the Nano, and we will see how we can perform different file related operation very easily using the Nano text editor. So let's get started. Let's cover these use cases one by one, and starting with creating a new file. Here's my Linux terminal, and in my current location there is only a one file. I will simply use Nano and the name of the file. Let's say my file. You can give any name of your choice. It will open a new text editor window, and the best part is you can also see the shortcuts for different operation at the bottom. For example, Control X for exit, Control O for readout or saving the file, Control F for search within the file, etc. For editing, you can just start typing. Let's say this is my new file, and to save this file, press Control O. Control O. It is asking me the name of the file to write. So I want to keep my file as the name. Simply hit enter. And then to exit the editor, simply press Control plus X. Control X. Okay. If I use ls command, I can see my file. And if I try to read my file, cat my file. Okay, this is my new file. Next is how to open and edit an existing file. In the similar manner, you can use Nano and the name of your existing file. Okay. In the next line, I can edit something like this is another line. And again to save, press Ctrl plus O. I want to keep the name of the file same. Ctrl X to exit the file, and that's it. If I try to read my file, okay, so this is another line. We have already covered save your changes, exit the editor safely. Okay, let's cover cut and paste operation. Let me open our file, Nano my file. Suppose I want to cut the first line. So for this, I can use Control plus K. So you can also see the shortcuts at the bottom. Okay, so Control plus K to cut. Okay, and I can paste it after this line. So for pasting, we can use Control U plus U. So press Control plus U. You can edit multiple times. So we have covered the cut and paste operation, but how we can copy the text? Okay, because we don't want to cut or delete the line. Let's say to copy this line, I can use the shortcut Alt plus 6. Alt 6 to copy. Okay, and I can paste it anywhere. To paste, it's the same shortcut, which is Control plus U. Control U. So this is another line. Okay, so this is the example of copy paste and cut paste. After this, how we can undo and redo the changes? We have just pasted these lines. If I want to undo these changes, simply use Alt plus U. Alt plus U. Okay, so see, I can undo line by line like this. If I want to redo the changes, I can use Alt plus E. Alt plus E like this. So just to summarize again, Control plus K to cut the line, Control plus U to paste the line, Alt plus 6 to copy the line, then Alt plus U for undo, and Alt plus E for redo operation. Okay, now I will just exit this file for now. Control X. I don't want to save, so I will simply press N if you have edited an existing file by mistake. So you can simply exit without save. Okay, I will press N for no, because I don't want to save this file, save the changes. And if I try to read my file, the content of my file is still the same. Okay, so we have covered these use cases, but we have more related to search operation, replace operation. So let's see that. For this purpose, I have another file which is user.csv having lot of content. So let me try to open this file using the nano users.csv. So there's a lot of data. So you can see it's having around 1000 lines. So next use case is search for a text inside a file. So for searching operation, either you can use Control F or you can use Control W. So in the latest Nano editor, we do have the Control F, but in the previous versions, there was Control W. So if I do Control F, it is asking me which word you want to search. Let's say I want to search doctor. Okay, and this is also case insensitive. If I try to search doctor in all caps, still it will give me the first instance of the doctor. Now, if I want to check the another instance of the doctor, there may be possibilities, right? There may be multiple instances of the same word. So again, I can use Control F. This time it also suggests me the last word I have searched. For example, in this case, doctor. So if you simply press enter, so it gives me the next instance. So you can keep doing it again and again for this purpose. Now the next use case is search and replace word or phrase. For replacing, we can use control and backslash. Control plus backslash. So it is asking me search to replace. So it is by default giving me an option. Okay, do you want to replace the doctor? Okay, or you can provide the another name. Let me give doctor again. Okay, like this. And replace with, let's say I want to replace doctor with engineer. Okay, so I will be replacing the doctor with engineer. Enter. Now it is asking a very valid question. You just want to replace the current instance or all the instance. Just replace one instance. So simply press Y. At this instance, the doctor has been converted into the engineer, and it is keep asking me for the next instance. If I simply press A, it will replace all the instances at once. And again, you have the option of redoing the things. So simply you can press Alt U for redo the changes. Now I will cover this use case. Toggle line number on or off. If I want to see the line number, simply use Alt plus N, N for number, Alt plus N. So it gives me the line number of the files as well. But before that, one very useful case. If I want to see the ending of the file or the last line of the file, simply use Control and down arrow. Control plus down arrow. It will show me the last line or the end of the file. And again, to see the top or the first line of the file, Control plus up arrow. Control plus up arrow. Okay, like this. And if you want to scroll up one screen or one page at a time, simply use Control plus V. Control plus V. So it will scroll page by page. Okay, so this is the downward, and for the upward, Control Y like this. So this is the top. And now to hide the line numbers, again use Alt plus N again. So like this, you can switch it on and off as per your convenience and requirement. If I want to jump at a specific line number, for that we have the shortcut Control and underscore. Control plus underscore. It is asking me enter line number, and you can also provide the column number separate by comma. So let's say if I provide line number 100 and I hit enter, so here is my 100th line. And if I want to see the first line, again Control and up arrow. And to exit the file, Control plus X. Save modified buffer, N for no. I will open my file again, Nano my file. Okay, I want to show a few more things which is important. So when we have used the cut and the copy shortcut, so it used to copy the whole line. But in case if I want to just copy a particular section of the line or just a specific word, how we can do it? Okay, so that is also possible. For that we have another shortcut, Control plus caret sign. So for example, here is my cursor at A, Control plus caret sign. Okay, so this will mark my text, I mean the beginning of the text. I can simply use the right arrow key to select a word like this. So it is selecting the whole word, or you can select the part of the line as well like this. And as my part has been selected, I can simply cut or copy and paste it. Let's say if I want to copy it, Alt plus 6 to copy and then paste it anywhere. Control plus U, Control plus U, Control plus U like this. Or if you want to select the multiple lines again, so let's say this is the starting of my line, Control plus caret sign to mark as the initial text, and then the down arrow to select the whole line like this. Okay, so last thing I want to cover here is justify. So you can also format the files in a systematic way. For example, if I have edited in a irregular format, like If I want to make the formatting proper, I can use Ctrl plus J to justify. If I use Ctrl plus J, it formatted my text. Okay, so that's all about the Nano text editor, and just let me know if you still like the Vim editor or the Nano editor.